afternoon, my name is Chloe McConville and I'm the business owner of the soon-to-be open Roslyn Road Physiotherapy Clinic. Today I would like to tell you a little bit about the practice and the services we provide. Roslyn Road Physiotherapy Practice is a practice located in the suburb of Highton in Geelong and provides a professional physiotherapy service to the local people of Highton and the surrounding suburbs of Wandana Heights and Belmont. The practice is conveniently located within 291 Roslyn Road Medical Practice, which is a general practitioner's clinic, where there's currently 2 GPs working. This allows for really effective communication and referrals from the GPs working in the clinic and the physiotherapist. The clinic will operate from Monday to Friday from 8 AM to 6:30 PM with 40-minute initial consultations and 20 to 30-minute subsequent consultations. Roslyn Road Physiotherapy Clinic is also available for Pilates assessment and group clinical Pilates exercise classes. The business structure has currently been set up as a sole trader and will utilise the reception staff that are already in the established GP clinic. The vision statement of the clinic is to provide effective, efficient rehabilitation of patients within the local Highton community using current physiotherapy techniques supported by evidence-based practice in a relaxed and friendly environment. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about my target market and the findings of my research into this market. The main clientele Roslyn Road Physiotherapy Practice will sell to is the professional type and their families who live in Highton, Belmont, Wandana Heights and other suburbs in close proximity who are in acute pain. In 2011 a census was taken and it was used to collect data on the demographics, household earnings and general population data of the Highton area. From this study, it is shown that the majority of the Highton population, so 27.3%, are professionals who work full-time with a median household income of $1,379 per week. This means the clinic should be tailored to suit this market, as most clientele will base their decision for physio on location, medium prices and hours to accommodate the working business. A study undertaken by Lorraine Shepherd in 1992 showed that medical practitioners, especially GPs, were very important for referral and communication to physiotherapists. By starting a practice in a GP clinic and having a good relationship with the doctors who are in there, there is a possibility of a large amount of clients being referred by the doctors to the physio. Generally this will be under the Enhanced Primary Care or the EPC program. The location of the practice is in an affluent area of Highton and Wandana Heights. This lends itself to having a business that is aimed towards the higher end of the market and possibly use physio not only as a means of pain relief, but also as a luxury service. The doctor's surgery that shares the same premises is also a high-end clinic with no patients being bulk billed, therefore attracting the same clientele. As mentioned previously, by sharing a location with the GP, it is likely that a number of referrals will come from the doctor. This will mean a significant proportion of older clients referred through the EPC program. Roslyn Road Physio Clinic charges initial consultation fees of $75 for a 40-minute session and $65 for a subsequent 20 to 30-minute session. These prices fall into the higher end of the investigator spectrum of $65 to $80 for initial consultation. It should be, however, noted that most initial consultations are only 30 minutes long. Physiotherapy is seen as a necessary service to those suffering from acute pain. During episodes of acute pain, patients are seen on a more regular basis, up to 3 times per week. With the increasing number of people using private healthcare, physiotherapy is accessible to more people. For those patients with a chronic condition, physiotherapy services may be used as a tune-up to prevent flare-ups or to function at a normal level. This is especially apparent for TAC and work cover patients who may have ongoing injuries. The clinical Pilates service of this practice is aimed at injury prevention, with clinical Pilates now being a service that is covered by many private health funds. For those in the higher income bracket, it could be considered a luxury service. I'm really excited about this new business venture and really hope that it grows in the future. And there's a few things that point towards this being quite a successful business. So the Greater Geelong area's population of over 293,000 is the fastest growing in Victoria outside of the Melbourne metropolitan area and is expected to swell to 500,000 by 2050. Large growth is projected in the city of Greater Geelong to to 2031, particularly in its Armstrong Creek urban growth area, as well as in the Surf Coast and Golden Plains Shires. The local Highton area over the past 5 years has had several new land releases, with census data showing a 9% population increase between 2006 and 2011. With more land still to be released in the coming 5 years, this rate of population growth around the physiotherapy practice will continue along the same lines. Roslyn Road Physiotherapy Practice is currently utilising one treatment room in the GP clinic. There is potential when the business grows enough to expand to use another room in the premises. Once the business grows enough to require a third physiotherapist, the business may need to move into a new location. Potential locations of this future site have already been located in the nearby Highton village. If this was to occur, I feel the business would also move into expanding to include other allied health professionals such as podiatrists and myotherapist. I would like to talk a little bit about the current trends in the industry and how I'm going to adapt my services to match these trends. So during the 2010-2011 year, physiotherapy generated revenue of approximately $1.03 billion, accounting for about 1% of health expenditure in Australia. Industry revenue is forecast to grow at an average annualised rate of 4.4% for 5 years, while GDP is forecast to grow at an annualised real rate of 3.7% for 5 years. The industry growth in the physiotherapy sector will be promoted over this period due to the following. So growing household incomes and wealth, meaning households with higher incomes spend more on average on industry services compared with households with lower incomes. There's also an increase in the proportion of population with private health coverage these days, and health coverage can help with the out-of-pocket expenses for physiotherapy. There is also greater participation in the Medicare system, and Australia's population is ageing, so older people are more likely to suffer from conditions that physiotherapists can treat, such as musculoskeletal conditions, incontinence, cardiovascular conditions, diabetes and arthritis. As previously mentioned, the GPs are very important for referral and communication to physios. By starting this practice in a GP clinic and having a good relationship with the doctor, there will be a huge number of patients being referred, especially under the Enhanced Primary Care program. The EPC program allows 5 visits to an allied health practitioner each calendar year. By treating EPC clients, there are guaranteed appointments being filled. The clinic will also be operating high caps, so those with private health cover can immediately claim on their extras. Roslyn Road aims to become a preferred provider for Bupa health insurance, meaning those with Bupa private health will pay less gap, attracting more clients from Australia's second largest private health fund. Clinic Pilates over the past 10 years has been steadily growing in popularity and is now covered by many of these private health funds. So by meeting the demands, hopefully we can generate more business in this area. The possible changes in the economy and market trends that could negatively impact on the business, I would like to address some of those now. So although the projected forecast for the physiotherapy industry is to continue to grow, possible changes to the economy could have a negative impact towards its growth. As many may know, in recent times, Geelong has lost both Ford and Alcoa, which has placed some of the local population under financial stress. These uncertain economic conditions may lead to reduced consumer spending on out-of-pocket activities. Therefore, those who may have only just been able to afford physio can no longer do so, especially if they're concerned about their hip pocket. This could lead to reduced appointments, especially follow-ups. One way to address this situation is if it is having a marked effect on clientele, is to reduce the subsequent consultation fee. Another strategy is perhaps to offer a 3-visit package deal, which effectively locks patients into 3 consultations but at a reduced price. Not only will uncertain economic conditions affect those who may only be just able to afford physio, but it also has the overall effect on perhaps making people less likely to take out private health cover. With reduced spending on private health, there will be fewer patients who can use physio as a luxury service. Again, the only way to combat this may be to reduce consultation fees to allow the service to be accessible to a larger population. The ageing population with their musculoskeletal and cardiovascular issues may lead to more demand for physios, but at the same time, improvements in occupational health and safety legislation has led to safer workplaces with fewer accidents. Due to this, a reduction in work cover payments for physiotherapy has occurred. Other possible changes which could impact the business is the market trend for equipment, which is the in thing for rehabilitation. Currently, there is a high demand for clinical Pilates classes within private practice using both reformers and the trapeze. This equipment is very expensive, and although the trend may continue for some time, if the trend suddenly turns, the business may be left with very expensive equipment sitting there. To ensure this doesn't occur, market research as well as continual professional development needs to occur so that the practice stays on top of the current market trends in rehabilitation. The likelihood of physiotherapy industry growth rate reducing is not high, but the more research that is conducted on a regular basis about what is happening in the local area economically, whether there is a client drop-off after one or two visits, and what is happening within the industry itself, will better prepare Roslyn Road Physiotherapy Clinic to face challenges along the way and be less impacted by threats. I thank you for your time this afternoon and hope you all have a greater understanding about this new business venture. I'm very excited to get into it.